Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn to classify the terminating and non-terminating. We have the rational numbers and we have to classify that into two categories, terminating and non-terminating. So first we have to recall what is terminating and what is non-terminating. We already learned that. Whenever we are talking about the terminating, that should like 3.5. Here we have after the decimal point one specific digit. So it's called terminating. And if I had 3.5, 3, 4, 2 this way until infinite digits come after the decimal point, that is called non-terminating. In non-terminating also we have the two types. The first one recurring, the second one non-recurring. If we have such kinds like after the decimal point we have 5, 3, 4, 2 and any number should be comes till infinite, means there is no any specific digits or a sequence is following, so it's called non-recurring. And if we have suppose 3.53, 53, 53 and this way, this means after the decimal point sequence of 53 is repeating, so it's called recurring. So terminating, non-terminating. In the non-terminating we have two types, recurring and non-recurring. So if we have in the decimal form, so we are going to classify easily into these two categories. But if we have the rational numbers, so how we are going to classify that into the terminating and non-terminating? For an example, I have 5 upon 15 or 6 upon 11. So how could I say out of these which one is terminating and which one is the non-terminating? For that we have a rule. See, if the prime factors of the denominator of a rational number are 2 or 5 or 2 and 5, then the decimal form of the rational number is terminating, otherwise non-terminating and recurring. Once again, if the prime factors of the denominator of a rational number are 2 or 5 or 2 and 5, then the decimal form of the rational number is terminating, otherwise non-terminating, recurring. Let's see with the help of examples. Here we had written example 5 upon 15. Let's say the prime factor of denominator. We have the factor denominator. It could be like 5 into 3. Can we say this is the terminating? No, as because we have 5, but here we have 3. Suppose here we have 6 upon 10. The denominator is 10. 10 is equal to prime factor 5 into 2. We have 5 and 2. See, we have 5 and 2 prime factor, means it is terminating. And this one is non-terminating. Yes? Or we can say 4 upon 2. In this one also we have 2. So 2 is equal to 2 into 1. Means we have the prime factor 2. So this is also called the terminating. Clear? Means if we have the denominator, prime factor, the denominator is 2 or 5. Out of these two, if any one we have or both we have, then only we can say that fractions are, that rational numbers are terminating or non-terminating. If we have 2 and 5 terminating, other than 2 and 5 non-terminating. Let's start practice set number 2.1. Question number 1. Classify the decimal form of the given rational numbers into terminating and non-terminating recurring type. Here we have three questions. See the first one. 13 upon 5. 13 upon 5. Prime factor of 5. So just write prime factors of 5 is equal to 5. So if we have the prime factor, the denominator is 5 or 2. So that is terminating. So we should write the answer as because prime factor of denominator is 5. Therefore 13 upon 5 is a terminating, what the terminating, non-terminating, terminating decimal. It is a terminating decimal. Now see the second one, 2 upon 11. So in 2 upon 11, prime factors of this denominator, as because prime factors of 11 is given is equal to 11, as because this 11 is not 2 or 5. So as because prime factor of denominator is not 2 or 5. Therefore what we have, 2 upon 11 is a non-terminating recurring. Got it? If we have the denominator 5 or 2 terminating, here we got 11, that is not 2 or 5, so that is non-terminating recurring. One more we have 29 upon 16. Prime factors, as because prime factors of 16 is equal to 2, 2 is 4, 2 is 18, 2 is 16. We all have the 2 prime factors. Therefore, what we have to write? Prime factors of denominator are 2. Therefore 29 upon 16 is a terminating decimal. Got it, everyone? Once again, here we have the first one, 13 upon 5. Prime factor of 5 is equal to 5. So therefore, as because prime factor of the denominator is 5, therefore we can write 13 upon 5 is a terminating decimal. In the second one, prime factor of 11 is equal to 11, as because prime factor of the denominator is not 2 or 5, or we can say rather than 2 or 5. So 2 upon 11 is a non-terminating recurring decimal we can write. The third one, 29 upon 16, prime factor of 16, 16 is the denominator, we factorize that 2 into 2 into 2 into 2, we got all the digits 2. So as because prime factor of the denominator are 2, therefore 29 upon 16 is the terminating decimal. This way we can going to classify the given rational number into terminating and non-terminating decimal. Now turn to the question number 2. Write the following rational number in decimal form. Here we have the questions in the rational number form and we have to turn that into the decimal form. There is a 2 type to convert the given rational number to decimal form. The first one is very simple. We have to divide the numerator by the denominator. We have to get the answer in the form of questions, that is the decimal form, or we have to convert the denominator in the form of 10, 100 or 1000 or 10,000 in this way. So we can easily going to turn the given fraction, the given rational number into the decimal form. Let's see. Here we have the first one, 127 upon 200. 200. We can easily convert this 200 into the 100. How? 127 upon 200. We are going to divide this denominator by 2. If we do any changes in the denominator, the same thing we have to do in the numerator also. So we are going to divide that 127 with the 2. So in the denominator we are getting 100. 2 ones are 2, 2 zeros are 0, 2 zeros are 0. Now numerator also we have to divide by 2. 2 6 are 12 and 2 3s are 6. Point 7 minus 6 1. After the decimal point 10. The 2 5s are 10. So it will become 163.5. If we have the denominator 100, means 2 zeros are there. 2 zeros are there. So we have to directly move this decimal point to the left of it. So it will become 2 digits ahead. So 5 3 6 1 2. It comes over here before the 6. And before the decimal we don't have any digits, we have to put 0. It will become 0.635. So we can write our answer 127 upon 200 is equal to 0.635. This way we can write our answer. Now see the second one. Here we have 23 upon 7. The second method, as I said, we are going to divide the numerator by the denominator. Let's divide it. 23 divided by 7. 7 3s are 21 minus 3 minus 1 2, 2 minus 2 0. Put decimal. 0 increases over here. 7 2s are 14 6. Again 0 60. 7 8s are 56. 4 it will become 40. Again 7 5s are 35. So it will become 5. Got it? Then 5 will become again 50. 7 7s are 49. 1 0 10. 7 1s are 7. 3 30. This way it could be comes like that. So we can change that like 23 upon 7 is equal to 3.28571 this way. But we can see here we are not getting any specific for the recurring. Let's try one more digit. So 4 ja 7 4 ja 28. We got 2 0. Again we got 20. So can you see here also we got 20. Now it will going to repeat this all. That means we can say after the 4 2 8 5 7 1 4 again we are going to repeat a specific sequence. So we can write over here our answer like 23 upon 7 is equal to 3.28571 and that bar. That means that all the sequence will going to repeat again. Yes. Now the second one we did. Now the third one 4 upon 5. This we have to follow the first one, first method. Can we turn this 5 easily into the 10? Yes, why not? We have. So 4 upon 5. 5 multiplied with the 2 we get the 10. So if the denominator is multiplied by 2, so numerator also multiplied by 2, it will become 8 upon 10. As I said, if the denominator is having 1 0, the decimal come left to the 1 digit. So it will become 8 and decimal comes over here. We don't have any number before decimal. 0. We got 0.8. Now write out the answer. 4 upon 5 is equal to 0.8. This way we can write our answer. Here we did all these three sums. The first one we got the 0.635 exact answers. In the second one 3.28571 bar. The sequence will going to repeat again and again. In the third one we got 0.8. This way we can convert the given rational number into the decimal form. Now we have to turn for the third sum. What is that? Let's start the question number 3. Write the following numbers in P upon Q form. Here we have the first one 0.6 bar. That means after 0.6 6 this way we have. So that is written like 6 bar. So we have this way. The first step we are going to do the assumption. Let x is equal to 0.6 bar. That will be the equation number 1. Now we have to keep in our mind, if we have the one digit after the decimal point, so we are going to multiply both the side, left hand side and right hand side, by 10. So both the side multiplied by 10. So it will become like x into 10 is equal to 0.6 bar into 10. So 10x is equal to 6.6 bar. This will become second equation. Now we have to compare these two. The next step, subtract equation number 1 from equation number 2. So 10x minus x is equal to, so 10x minus x is equal to 6.6 bar, minus here we have 0.6 bar. So we get the answer like 10 minus x, 9x is equal to, here after the point 6 bar become cancel, 6, x is equal to 6 upon 9. Do the cancellation, 3 2 is 6, 3 3 is 9. We can write x is equal to 2 upon 3. This way we find the answer of x. But here we assume 0.6 bar is x. Therefore we have to write answer for that 0.6 bar is equal to 2 upon 3. This is our answer. Once again, first we are going to do the assumption. We assume that will become equation number 1. Both the side multiply by 10. Why we have to multiply by the 10? As because here we have the one digit after the decimal point, so we multiply by the 10. If we have the 2 digit, we have multiplied by 100. If we have 3 digit, we have multiplied by 1000. So this will be multiplied. We got 10x is equal to 6.6 bar. Equation number 2. How we got this 6.6 bar? Let's explain. It means 0.666 this way we multiply by the 10. So if you multiply by the 10, decimal should be move one digit right. So it will become 6.666. So can we get 6.6 bar? The same thing we have written over here. Got it? This way we got. Now equation number 1 subtracted from the equation number 2, we subtracted over here. We got 9x is equal to 6. This is the 9. Went to the other side will become the denominator. 3 2 is 6, 3 3 is 9. We got the value of x 2 upon 3. The x is nothing else. We assume that 0.6 bar. Therefore answer 0.6 bar is equal to 3 upon 2. This way we can find out the given decimal form in the p upon q form. Let's do the second one. That is given 0.37 bar. The first step is the same one. Let x is equal to 0.37 bar will be the equation number 1. Now after the decimal point we have the 2 digit. As I said, both the side multiplied by 100. So it will become x into 100 is equal to 0.37 bar into 100. 100x is equal to 37.37 bar. Second equation. Now see these two equations. The next step is we are going to do the subtraction. Subtract equation number 1 from equation number 2. So 100x minus x is equal to 37.37 bar minus 0.37 bar. It will become 99x is equal to 37. X is equal to 37 upon 99. We can do the cancellation over here. Therefore we should write the answer. Therefore answer 0.37 bar is equal to 37 upon 99. This way we can convert the given decimal form into the P upon Q form. This way we have to do the conversion of this. Now you have the homework for today. The question number 1 is that what we did today, all the three are mentioned in our homework. Classify the decimal form of the given rational numbers into the terminating and non-terminating recurring type. You have these two. You are going to identify. We are going to classify that into terminating and non-terminating recurring. Second one, write the following rational number in the decimal form. Here we have the two questions that we are going to convert into the rational or decimal form. Whether we are going to convert the denominator in the 10, 100 or 1000 form, or we can divide the numerator by the denominator. The third one is write the following rational number in the P upon Q form. Just we did. Here we have the 3.17. After the decimal we have the 2 digit multiply with 100. Here also 15.89 bar. After the decimal point we have 2 digit multiply by the 100. Here we have the 2.1514. After the decimal here we have the 3 points. So we have to multiply with the 1000. This way we can going to classify the given rational number into terminating, non-terminating, or we can change the rational number into the decimal form, or we can change the decimal numbers into the P upon Q form. I think you all got it what we learned today. In the next video.